What is going on, guys? Noah Brewer here again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the daddy SMS Bump. I love these guys. Now, this is basically a Shopify app. I have it pulled up on my screen right here so that you can see what it is. One of my friends, Dennis White, told me about it, and some dude named Will told him. I kind of heard about it through word of mouth marketing, right? Like, they did a great job. That's how good they are, right? Like, their results are just so good. And no, I'm not getting compensated in any way or form or being sponsored by SMS Bump at all. I'm strictly doing this because I think that if you're not using SMS Bump, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. This is what I want to show you guys. I have a store that I'm setting up, you know, one of my partner stores, and I have to set up SMS Bump for it anyways, so I wanted to do it on camera and kind of show you guys what I do with it and why I do it. So basically what SMS Bump is, it's basically a Klaviyo for texting. It's not as complicated as Klaviyo, but it does work the same way. So basically, when somebody goes to your store and they add something to their cart, you give them the option to put in their phone number instead of their email, or they can put in their phone number and their email. So what this allows you to do is use their phone number to send them abandoned cart broadcasts. So let's say I go to your store, I check out, and then I abandon checkout. 5 minutes later, I'll get a text on my phone that says, hey, you forgot something at this store. So this is really good, and it's a lot more effective than email marketing, in my opinion. But the only downside is not a lot of people put in their phone number, but people put in their phone number. And I'm seeing on some of the stores that I've grown, you know, on average, probably about 25,000% ROI. I know the title says 44,000% ROI. That's the top one. Not every single one gets those results. I've seen as low as 1,000%. I've seen as high as 44,000. But usually it's like, you know, 15, 20, which basically means if you spend 10 bucks, you're gonna make $2,000, $3,000 back in sales, which sounds crazy, but again, it's kind of balanced because it's not like Facebook where you can just spend as much money as you want. You're limited to the amount of people that put in their phone numbers on your actual site. So, but still, if you don't have this, you're missing out on a lot of money. You're leaving a lot of money on the table. And plus, it's really fun to see the absolutely massive ROI numbers on the back end. So what you gotta do is look this up in the Shopify App Store. It's just SMS Bump. It just allows you to send text messages as abandoned cart messages. So just click Add App. You'll see it in here. It'll need permissions to access your orders and stuff. But you come into your store, you click the app, and what it'll do, it'll have a pop-up that says set up your account, and it'll ask for your email and your phone number, I'm pretty sure. I already did it, but you basically just confirm your number, and if it's not working, you put a 0 at the end of your phone number and it should work just fine. So once you get here, you basically are free to do anything. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on in here. You can see the dashboard is full of stuff that you can mess with. There's a lot of analytics and all that. Obviously, don't even worry about it. I'm treating this video as if you are getting SMS Bump for the first time and you just want to set it up, throw 20 bucks into it and see what happens. So first thing that I want to cover is the pricing structure. How much does SMS Bump charge? How much money do you need to use it? Yada yada. So basically, they charge based on how many messages they send for you. I'm pretty sure it's around a penny per message sent. So you can see why the ROI is so high now, because to send 100 messages, it's like $1, right? I know that you know, US text messages are cheaper than, let's say, Europe. Like if you're doing worldwide targeting, the prices will vary, but it's really, really cheap and inexpensive. Like if you throw 20 bucks in it, depending on how much traffic you're getting, it'll usually last for a pretty long time. And you can also set it to automatically add to the balance. But this is what you do. It's free to download, and then you basically just add a balance once you're in here. So you can add 20 bucks all the way up to 2,000, but I just recommend just throw 20 bucks in there. You can make a one-time payment as well, which is what I recommend if you're just starting out. But if you do that, you got to make sure that if you run out of money and it's doing well, you want to keep it up, so you have to put more money in it. So you just put 20 bucks as the minimum, right? So you need at least 20 bucks to get it, which is, you know, it should be nothing, right? Like if you're running Shopify, you should have at least $1,000 to kind of test around with. So it's kind of the cost of doing business with these guys, but trust me, totally worth it. And you should indeed have this installed while you are testing and not just when you're scaling, okay? Because this can pick up those extra 1 or 2 sales here and there, which will actually help you a lot. So I always have this installed while testing as well. But one thing that I do want to cover is, you might be asking, what number do the texts come from? Like, you put in your phone number to the system. So let's say a customer or a potential customer gets a text from your store. What is the phone number gonna say? And you can test it on your store if you want to make sure. You can test it, just go through the checkout process once it's set up. But basically it sends from a random number. Like, I'm pretty sure SMS Bump has servers that they send all their texts from, so you're not going to get people texting you and replying or calling you, you know, in terms of your customers. So you're pretty much protected there, which I really like. If it was using my personal number or business number, it would be a little bit iffy, because you don't really want people to have access to that on a whim like that, but you know, that's fine. So that's how that works. So you can see over here, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and sorry about all this being blurred. This is like an actual store that I'm working on, but you can see all this stuff. So basically, dashboard, it'll show you your total ROI, which, like I said, usually shows up in a percentage. They don't do return on ad spend, they do ROI as a percentage, which is why they're so high, by the way. So like a 40,000 ROI, I'm pretty sure is equivalent to like a 400 ROAS, something like that. So it's not really a 40,000 ROAS, it's a 40,000%. So don't think that that's misleading, but it just is what it is. So that's the dashboard. You have automations, which automations, these are gonna be your automatic abandoned carts. They have upselling, they have shipping confirmations, order delivered. They have a lot of automations that you can set up, but obviously we're mainly here to talk about the abandoned carts, which there's only 2 here, but you can add more if you really want to. Text marketing, which I'm pretty sure that text marketing is very similar to broadcasting. So you can see, send a bulk campaign to all your Shopify customers. So if you have 100 phone numbers, you can send out a message to all 100 of those phone numbers. This is a feature that I have used in the past, and it works pretty well, but I don't use it all too much, mainly because I like to just sit back and you know, let the automations do their thing. List and segments, this is how you make those lists of 100 people. Growth tools, I'm pretty sure is a way for people to opt in to give their phone number. So, you know, you can say like, hey, get an extra 10% off when you give us your phone number, something like that, and then it'll put them into a list. There's a bunch of different ones. Analytics, same thing as a dashboard, pretty much, just a little bit more you know, detailed with the analytics telling you how much each message has cost down here. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. You know, this tells you your ROI, how much money you've made from it, how much came from automations, and how much came from text marketing, which is the broadcast. You know, you have settings, dashboard, whatever. You have all this stuff, which, great platform. I think this platform is really good. But let's get into the abandoned carts now. This is what I really want to make this video about, because I've tested some things with it. I like to think that I know what's best for most people, whether you're starting out or you already have a winner. If you implement this, you're pretty much guaranteed to make a few sales with it. By default, they'll have the first abandoned cart to be after 1 hour. So first thing that I'm going to do is change that to 5 minutes. Okay, it seems like a really quick time to be sending your customer a text. But we're not going to be putting a coupon code in this one, because basically what this is going to do is, when they're on your site and they're in checkout, they're probably still going to be in checkout when they purchase. They're going to be sitting there on their computer, their phone's going to be right next to them most likely, and they're going to get a text like bing, and it's going to say exactly this. So, hello, we've noticed there were some items left in your shopping cart. If you're ready to complete your order, yada yada yada, right? Very simple. I basically treat the 5-minute one just as a welcome message, right? Like, you're just kind of welcoming them into your brand, right? Like, they're in your checkout, or they were just in your checkout, and they get a text from you. No company does this. I could see some people might see it as, you know, you're going too far with the marketing, yada yada yada. But this is a way to show your customers that you care, and that you're an active company, right? Like, there's been so many times when I'm about to buy something online and I question, like, are these guys even still active, or is it just an abandoned website? So I think this is a great way to show that you're there, and that's why I do 5 minutes. Basically, what you want to do with this is just take your hands off the damn keyboard, because you're not going to type a single thing, and you're just going to leave it exactly the way that it is. I've tested saying different things. I've tested savvy statements. You know, nothing works better than their default one, in my opinion. That's just the results that I've seen. So the only thing that you want to change is change it to 5 minutes, which you can see is the minimum. If I could do 1 minute, I would do 1 minute. If I could do 30 seconds, I would do 30 seconds. But 5 minutes is the minimum. And I did talk to them over there at SMS Bump, and I don't think they're willing to do less than 5 minutes. So too bad. That's fine though. We're gonna go ahead and save this. This is basically saying customers outside of the US cannot unsubscribe from your list by replying stop, so instead they're going to send them a link. Just changes the end of your message, fine. Make the change, doesn't matter too much. We'll come in here and make sure that you click active, okay? Because if you don't click active, it's not going to be turned on and it's not going to work properly. So now we have the second abandoned cart, and normally I'll just leave it at 2, especially if you're just testing. It's not really going to make that big of a difference. Now for this one, all that you need to do is switch it over to after 1 hour. Not doing anything crazy like a day or anything like that. We want to stay on them early on. But there is one thing that you want to change here, which is essentially get 5% off, which we're going to leave that. But it says with a discount code. We're going to change that. We're going to get rid of a discount code and we're going to put in this link. Okay, so basically an item from your cart is almost sold out. Get 5% off with this link, and then this piece of code right here is gonna be their checkout links. They can click this, it'll bring them to the checkout with their product, and it'll also automatically apply the discount code. The way that you automatically apply the discount code is you click add discount. So we'll click that, and we're gonna do unique code per client and fixed amount, change that to percentage, and we're gonna do 5%. Embed the code in a link. This means that when they click the link, it's already going to be applied, so definitely leave that selected. So we changed this to 1 hour, okay, and we're offering 5% off. So if they still haven't purchased at this point, chances are they're away from their computer or they left the site or whatever. So we're going to offer a coupon code. And again, I don't change the pitch in these. I just leave them the way that they are. Mainly because I think they work really, really well. Like, I think SMS Bump did a fantastic job at choosing the right wording, you know, to where it's not like awkward, where like a company's texting you and making it too personal, but it's also, you know, saying that it's almost sold out. Like, I think they pulled it off very well and they work amazingly. So we'll go ahead and save that. We're gonna get this warning again. We'll go ahead and make the change, and we're gonna go ahead and make it active. So you have the basic 2 abandoned carts set up. Now once you do find a winner, you can come in here and create new automation and keep on adding them. You can see abandoned cart. We have one at 5 minutes. We have one at 1 hour. We can add one for 5 hours. We can add one for 1 day. And you can keep it going for a week, I think. I think you can do it up to 7 days. It's pretty cool. Like, this is a really good software. And like I said, the amount of returns that you get on this, like when you actually have a winner, is absolutely ridiculous. And it's super duper fun to see, you know, a 30,000% ROI. And you know, just to think that by throwing 20 bucks on this, you're making an extra $500 in sales, or 1,000 in sales, or in the best case scenario like 4,000 in sales off of 20 bucks is absolutely ridiculous. And if you're not doing this, please do it. And if you do it, give it like 5 or 6 days if you already have a winner, and comment your results below. I want to hear how this is doing for people. I really wish that SMS Bump was sponsoring me, because that would be amazing, but they aren't. And I don't really know what they would give me, you know, like, it's 20 bucks, right? Like, it doesn't cost a lot of money for the service, which is really good. But yeah, this is just a genuine recommendation and little training to go along with it on how to use SMS Bump. I hope you really liked it, and this will make you a lot of money in the future, because it has made me a lot of extra money as well. So this is Noah Brewer, and I'm out. Peace.